we're back with WHHI-TV, and now I have an opportunity to introduce you to the two new principals, and we have Mr. Tooman and Dr. Lee. So Mr. Tooman, let's start with you. You've been in the area for a while, originally from Michigan.
Yes, ma'am.
And so give us a little background story.
So I moved down here in 2003 from Michigan. Ironically, my high school principal had retired from Michigan and was the high school principal at Battery Creek High. And I had reached out to him, and I started my educational career in physical education at Battery Creek. And I spent the past 18 years with the Beaufort County Schools, of 9 of that being in an administrative role as an assistant principal at both the high school and middle school levels.
So you're excited to be here. It's an evolution. What was inspiring you in this new program, in this new school?
I'm really big on family, and this community that has been built, the foundation, the caring that's involved in it. This is a place where I want to be able to send my kids, which I will be doing this year with my oldest child who's entering kindergarten this year. So the draw for me was the SEL learning that Mr. McCulloch had spoke about, and the importance of how that is the building block on the education for children. And children are everything to me as well as family, and so this was the draw.
Dr. Lee, you're about to take over this beautiful new elementary campus here, so that's so exciting. Tell us a little bit about your background.
Okay. I originally came to Beaufort, the Beaufort area, back in 2009. I was a graduate of the University of South Carolina, Beaufort. And from there, I got my first teaching job in Beaufort County School District. And I was in the district for 4 years. That's where I met Mr. McCulloch. He was my principal my last 2 years in the district. And then after those 4 years, I went overseas to Saudi Arabia, and I was the elementary school teacher there. And then the last 2 years of being there, I was the middle school assistant principal. And now I'm back in Beaufort, South Carolina, and I'm excited to be here.
It is wonderful. It's full circle. We talked about that. So with this new program in front of you, you've been off, been out of the country, you've come back. What is inspiring you here?
The reason why I came back here is one thing is that Bridges focuses on the whole child, and not just the academics like the two gentlemen were saying previously. And that's one thing that I really love about education and Bridges, is that we're not just focusing on the academic, because the academics are good, but our students need to know that we care about them and that we support them socially and emotionally.
Well, this might be a question for Gary also, but what about some of those extracurricular activities that are available to students here?
Yeah, so we certainly have a number of clubs that are available, and what we ask our faculty to do in clubs is to find kids' passions. And just like both of our principals said here, is we give you that opportunity to come here for what you're passionate about. And if that's that connection in those after school clubs, whether it be a chess club, whether it be a robotics club, Lego lab, which I just took you into, those are the reasons why kids come to school, is because they find that connection wherever it is, at the beginning, middle, or end of the day. And it's very important to have that well-rounded school in order to do so.
Absolutely. What about the sports? Let's touch on that.
Yeah. So we have grown every single year in our sports programs. We've just added wrestling to our school, so we are excited about that too. We do not offer football because of the size of our high school right now, but that will be a sport that may be in the future. We do not have a tennis team or a swimming team, but every other sport you can think of is here at Bridges. And I'm so excited that we have that on our campus.
Yeah. So let's talk about enrollment. I mean, the numbers it's amazing. We've always come to you and say we have, the enrollment is opening, and, put your application in. So at this time going into the school year, do we have any openings in any of the grades?
Yeah. So when we talked last, we talked about applications, and applications just absolutely boomed in our school. And we had close to 700 applicants looking to come to this amazing place, and I totally see why. We have wait lists in every grade level except for 10th, 11th, and 12th. So if you are a 10th grade or 11th grade parent or a 12th grade parent, and you're thinking about that high quality education, this is the place where you're going to want to be.
Let's stay with that for a second, because tell us about class size and things like that, like the programs. I know we're going to talk about other things in our next segment, but let's get that part out too. What makes it special?
Class sizes are so important because that's where education becomes personalized. And Lisa, you certainly know where I came from, and I won't name a school, but that school had 45 kids in a classroom at one point. That's unacceptable. And when you're in a charter and you have a cap that's built into your charter at 23 students per class, let's think of the personalization that can happen in that classroom compared to 45. Those small groups become more personal, those extensions for kids become more personal, and so does the very needed intervention, and especially in today when we have kids with those academic gaps. We need to be able to focus that attention on those small groups.
Absolutely. Share with us one thing that you're looking forward to Monday when the doors open.
Just seeing the kids face to face, their smiling faces, they have a thirst to be here. They have a thirst to socialize with their friends, under the pretenses that we're under, not knowing about the Delta variant and everyone's experiences. This may be the first opportunity some of these children have had to see their friends over the summer. So just get to see the families, smile, give them that fist bump, get to know one another. That's my enjoyment and excitement.
Oh, I think that's wonderful. You know what? We'll be right back with more. So this is 843 TV. Stay with us.